Hello there, I'm Mich Matthews. I'm going to tell you a little bit about time travel and also about ghosts. 6th of the 8th, 2002, I first time travelled. This was when the start of the BlackBerry went down I think it went down for about 3 days. I came back to realise that it had gone down sort of almost the same time that I time travelled. I don't know if it was anything to do with it, but it was the first time that I'd ever time travelled. So I've also been interested in ghosts, and I realised every time I time travel I have to go to the Table of Life. Now, the Table of Life is where you get your spirit is filled with inside the shell of what you are, your human self. Now, so you're given this shell that you'll fill. The Table of Life is the passing of going through a timeline from one line to another. That's how I managed to do it. Every time I time travel, I leave this body here, not like astral projection, but in the physical. And it's not a program. Sorry, it's not a machine that I built. I built a program to time travel. So you can't say, Mr. Matthews, can you show me how to time travel? I can, but I can't physically show you the machine because it's within a program, and you can't see a program unless it's written down on a computer screen or printed out. Now, basically, it took me a long time to build this program. I've used other programs as add-ons because until then they weren't available. So obviously time travel was a bit difficult. So I was also really scared of people stealing the time program off me, and with this I was reluctant to build it, but after a while I realised, well, it's not just been able to do it myself, but give it to other people to let them see, for instance, if they could. Well, it's possible for anyone to use this timeline, because anything that's open, like Google or Brantana or whatever, a listening device that goes to the internet, I can order it to pick up my thing and transfer me to such and such, assuming I've done all the add-ons with the time, the date, where I want, not where I want to be, but because it's not like Back to the Future where you're going inside a car and using that as a device, because you are physically in the same place. But if you're walking down a road and you've already time set it to do your time travel, then of course you'll be in that same place, but in a different timeline. It will take you to this other timeline in different time. I've tried photographing, I've tried recording it as a thing that I could show proof of it. But I've tried many a times. I've tried through Google, I haven't actually tried through Google Earth, because Google Earth I've actually proven how far I can bounce Bluetooth instead of being 20 feet. But 92 miles, sorry, 62 miles. I proved that to myself and to one or two other people. Obviously, I've been trying out different things and what have you in the past, and I've come up with by time travelling, I've been taught that it's not that difficult. Anyone can do it. The first time was the worst. Obviously, I remember having a complete nervous breakdown for a whole week after I time travelled. Basically, because you're in the frame of mind of leaving this timeline, ending up in another one. It's like having a barmy with your next door neighbour. If you were to end up 4 months ago in the same timeline where you travel back there, would you still be having that barmy? But would you still have that argument inside your head? You're still really not wanting to approach that person. But 4 months ago, it could have been totally different. That is where it was, and I couldn't talk to people because obviously not a lot of people were interested in timeline or time travel. I mean, they were, but a lot of people call it witchcraft because, you know, you're doing something that they're not capable of doing, and they're not able to appreciate the truth of the time travel that's been able to do. Anyway, let's go on. I've wrote down some stuff here about ghosts, because a lot of people that I listen to on the radio, and they talk about having experiences with ghosts and dark shadows. Now, I've had dark shadows in this room here. When I first encountered them, I said many years ago, when I first started to not believe in it, but I was in the frame of mind that if there are such things, why, the only way you can really get to talk to them, ask them if they want a cup of coffee, sorry, a cup of tea. And ever since then, whenever I see something spooky or something that's out of the ordinary, mutter under your breath, right, cup of tea? Now, instead of saying, oh, it's a ghost, it's a ghost, it's a ghost, because they know that what they are and what have you. Anyway, these dark shadows, they're there for a purpose. They are there to look after the dark. Now, to stop light from penetrating the dark areas, that's what their job is. They're only there for a certain length of timelines. It's just like having, well, it's unlike the Bible, let's put it that way, because it's not like the good and the bad being there for eternity in the dark, and their punishment is being set in the dark. It's not true. It's the case that once you've passed on from your body, you are given a certain length of time to look after the dark. I mean, you can't do it for eternity because you ain't going to do it to your best ability. Because not just that, where can you get calibration of darkness from? Calibration of darkness is can only be set once. So if you're sort of not in the best frame of mind, looking after this thing, you're going to have mistakes, and obviously, you know, things are going to happen where you're going to get bleeding from dark into light and light into darkness. So why they put this down, I don't know. But if you want to follow it, there's a lot of people who talk about this on radio station called Metro Radio. Now, it's a UK radio station, but it transmits quite over the over the northeast of England. But also you can get it on apps and on the internet. It's at between 10 and 2 o'clock through the night hours, and the host is Alan Rogers. Now he's a ghost hunter. He does it a different way than I do, but then everyone's got their own different ways of doing it. And what I've learned is that the dark shadow, they're there for that purpose. It's to look after the dark. Just like you put two coloured items into a wash, and you get one bled into the other colour on. So, you know, if you've got some deep red colour and something white, you know, you're going to get pink. But whereas like that in light and darkness. So they're there for a certain time, and I'll see if I can read you to the best of my ability to what I've done in this. I'm not very good with English spelling, but if I can read through this, then you'll understand what I have established over the last umpteen years of time travel. Right, so what's happened is you people that see spooks or shadows, whatever, this is because you've been playing with about the fabric of life, and the more you mess about with it, the more you're likely to see them. Or it's not playing tricks with your eyes, whatever. It is something that's come out of the darkness, and well, it's like playing about a Ouija board, or whinging board, as people say. Sorry, what I say. It's the dark shadows. They're playing with a whinging board, but to communicate with you. Not all the time, because they can communicate just like I'm doing to you, but not just through video, but they can do it through other gateways. But a whinging board, Ouija board, is able to create this opening of a time. It fractures the light from the darkness, and you open it. It's all to do with time travel, all to do with timelines and what have you. So what happens is you fracture a thing by ordering someone to speak to you, or asking someone or something that you're unaware of what they are, what they're, you know. A lot of people are very, very scared of them, but they can be scary. It's like the pushing ghost. Sorry, the pen. Not the pushing ghost. The let's see if I've got it down here. Pushing ghost. I call it pushing ghost. It's the ghost that's the most scared of all. You can shout to me at any time and tell me what it is, but you know it's the poltergeist, that's the one. Yeah. So they are the most scary of all, but not really, because everyone is a pushing ghost. They will, because they want to play tricks with you, because you've now not summoned them, but brought them out of the darkness, out of their time that they're supposed to be in there for, they're going to play tricks, and they do, because I've had pushing ghosts in here. I've spoken to them and communicated as much as I've done with child ghosts. I asked a couple of children that I came across if they'd like to go ghost hunting with me. How do you ask a ghost to go if they want to go ghost hunting? Well, the thing is, when they were alive, a lot of them were alive, years and years go by, and not everyone knows what the past is of the street, the town that you're in, and all the rest of it. So they will know different hauntings or different places where people were murdered or whatever, and they had left their print in there. True, I asked the ghosts if they want to go ghost hunting, and they brought their dog along, a spiritual dog. It was you could hear it, and you could feel the thing. And anyway, let's get on with it. So these ghosts came and taught me a place where I didn't know of around here that was to do with that was haunted. Anyway, so the dark shadow now it's been set free from the dark place, and so it's going to play up. Their playing up to our playing up is totally different, because obviously we're in the light at the moment, and our spirit is not understanding the darkness. But on the fabric of life, which is, once you get to the table of life, you'll see what I mean. It's the part of time travel that you have to go through every time. Leave your body here and travel on to get down to a timeline. I've got a video there that shows how to change the time, how I've changed the timeline, but not how to record the outcome, because it's just not possible. I've tried it many times and never succeeded. Once I changed the history of the timeline, it was changed. As simple as that. So let's say it's not it's not like in a Christian book. It is not the punishment being there for eternity. It is only there. You are there for, or the spirit is only there for a given length of time. To look after the dark, so that don't leak. It's the thinking outside the box, and this is what happens when you become interested in such other things other than everyday mundane stuff. And I could explain it as simply as, on a computer, when you've opened a file or a picture frame, it has the three symbols in the top right hand corner. It's got the times, or an X in red, it's got a square box, and it's got a minus. Well, thinking outside the box, if you wanted to put a new symbol next to it that's going to help you all the way through the thing, how would you go about it? You couldn't underline any of the above which I've just mentioned, because the minus, or the page down, is the times button, or to execute close down. The square box is obviously to resize the picture now, and to move the the picture frame down to the taskbar, you use a minus to shrink it. Now, let's say if you wanted to increase the size, why don't you underline it? Because here's the thing. If you underline a minus button, you don't have a minus button anymore. You have a equals. So you can't put an equals there because it's the same as. So you've got to think think outside the box. Put a symbol there for changing that's going to help you as a toolbar on the toolbar, another app. So best thing to do is make one that will open up your control panel. It's the best thing to put on there, or something that will close down if you don't want other people to view what you're doing. Copy the close down button into the search bar. Simple as that. Now, I think I've explained it all now. Yeah, it's done my shouldering, so. So you've got all 4 buttons, so there you go. So by using that, you can now create your own timeline by using other add-ons. And that's what I've done since, well, 6/8 2002 was when, was it the 8th? Yeah, 6/8 2002 when first time travelled, and it's all possible. It's not as difficult as it's made out to be. It's a simple, small program, and because the internet is so vast, it's easy to put the program on there, and so anything that's listening into your voice to either do voice activation and all that sort of thing will understand by using some passwords and some certain things. Instead of using all the different commands that you've got on 128 keyboard, you make these within the fabric of the time on the window. So once you opened up the other applications, like your diary, to say this is the date I want to go and this is where I want to be, and some other things to prove that you were there by using time of the search engines via if it's possible to get there. Well, before I built this program, I was able to say, right, if I was to go back in 1942, 1943 or whatever, and end up underneath a bomb, what a wasted journey. It would have been wasted going, because obviously I could build into the computer or into the program to take me back, because wasted journey. But if I was just injured, like fell 60 feet or whatever, or 20 feet or whatever, and you're still capable of writing this program, then it will allow you to get there, and you'll be able to make your own way back. Through time travelling, you're given these instructions on how to rebuild the time machine. Without understanding them, you're going nowhere, because you haven't got the capability to understand where you're going, what reasons you're going to be there for, and if you have a complete nervous breakdown like I did, it's a waste of time, waste of journey. Anyway, I came back 1 day and 2 minutes later than I went, but I had travelled 30 years in a different timeline that already been passed, so your time travel is easy and as simple as that. Very simple. If you want to get in touch with me, have a look at my other video. You'll see my email address. Get in touch with me that way, or via I believe via webcam. You can have a session. I don't think it's I get bored of the computer, because if I was to stay awake 24/7, 300 and whatever, I'd burn out. So I stay awake for 2 or 3 days and can then write without leaving too much, to hoping that I'll pick it up next time that I want to write a program. And if you have difficulty in believing, just ask Google. So my details are Mich Matthews 3@gmail.co.uk. So on Google Plus, if you leave me a message there, I'll get back to you, no problem. I won't say I'll get back to you instantly, but within 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. But like I say, my thing is, I never say a time traveller is ever late. You can't be late, because it can be re-rectified quite easily. And there you go. It's as simple as that.